Hey, it's Foreclosure Girl Boss, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about bank-owned REOs, VA foreclosures, HUD foreclosures, and Fannie Mae foreclosures. So those are the most popular. So when you're reaching out to your real estate agent and you're looking to buy REO foreclosure properties, typically it's either going to be a bank-owned property, it's going to be a Fannie Mae property, a VA property, or a HUD property, typically. Now, you have some others out there, like I said in one of my other videos. You have corporate-owned, you have hedge funds, and you have other, you have asset managers that represents different type of companies out there. But the typical ones, bank-owned, VA, HUD, and Fannie Mae. So let's get into it. All right. So did you know that a HUD property is a property where the borrower who lived there previously, they had an FHA loan. And somewhere along the way, they defaulted on that FHA loan that they had. And the bank that they had the loan through foreclosed on the property. But because with an FHA loan, HUD guarantees the loan, the property goes back as a HUD REO. So hopefully that makes sense. So in a nutshell, a person gets an FHA loan, they default on the property. When it goes back to the bank as an REO, remember I said in one of my other videos, if they try to sell it on the courthouse steps, if it doesn't sell, it goes back to the bank as an REO property. But for an FHA loan, it goes back to the government as a HUD property. All right, so they do what's called a reconveyance, and it is now a HUD property. And then HUD has several different ways that they sell it, but a lot of times they'll give those properties to a HUD local listing broker. And there'll be a real estate agent in your area that will list that HUD property. All right, so FHA loan, person defaults, is now a HUD REO. All right, fast forward for VA. A VA foreclosure is a foreclosure where the borrower that lived there previously had a VA loan. So they were either, active duty military, maybe they were retired military, but they were in the military and they got a VA loan. And unfortunately, they defaulted on the loan and went back to the bank as an REO loan. But when you get a VA loan, the VA guarantees that loan. So it goes back to the VA as a REO property through a conveyance process. So again, if a person got a VA loan, which means that they were either active military or retired, or their spouse was active military or retired, but they were able to obtain a VA loan, they defaulted on the property, and then the VA, since they guaranteed the loan, the property ultimately went back to the VA through a reconveyance process. So now it is a VA foreclosure. All right. So Fannie Mae. Fannie Mae, pretty much same thing. The person has a Fannie Mae loan, and since Fannie Mae actually backs that type of loan, then it now becomes a loan of the same name, Fannie Mae. So a person got a Fannie Mae loan on the property, they defaulted on the property, and now it is a Fannie Mae foreclosure. Same thing with Freddie Mac. I didn't necessarily mention Freddie Mac, but Freddie Mac, same thing. We don't really see too much Freddie Mac in my area, but if you're in an area where they do a lot of Freddie Macs, then Freddie Mac is the same thing. So bank-owned properties. So if the person who used to live in the property, the borrower, if they had a conventional loan through a bank, so let's say they were with Wells Fargo, Bank of America, whatever banks are out there now. But anyway, if they have a conventional loan, then now it is a bank-owned property. So if they went conventional and went through their bank, it is now a bank-owned property. All right. So hopefully that kind of clears things up as to bank-owned properties. Hopefully it clears things up to VAs and what a VA property is, and what a HUD property is, and what a Fannie Mae property is, because those are the main properties out there that people are buying as far as REOs are concerned. And as I also stated in one of my other videos, owner occupants and investors are treated differently. So each one of those that I just discussed, bank owned, VA, HUD, Fannie Mae, they all have their different guidelines as to how owner occupants purchases their properties and how investors purchase their properties. All right. So if you get my e-guide, and the link is somewhere around here somewhere. If you get my e-guide, I do break everything down. I break down VA, I break down Fannie Mae, I break down VA, and I break down HUD. All right. And I give you cheat sheets as well. All right. So hopefully that will help you out so that you understand, okay, what about owner occupants? What about investors? Are there, certain periods and, what about inspections and all that stuff? So I break all of that. And since I'm a HUD listing agent, a HUD local listing broker here in my market area, the HUD cheat sheets will always be free. Matter of fact, somewhere around here, I'm going to post it so that you can always just download that. That'll be free. That's just what I do as being a HUD listing agent. So that'll always be free. I'll have a cheat sheet somewhere around here where you can download it and learn how to buy HUD properties. All right. So make sure that you get the cheat sheet so that you can learn how to buy HUD properties specifically. All right. So again, guys, hopefully this video summed up the bank-owned, VA, Fannie Mae, and HUD properties so that you understand that there is a difference. And there's also a difference in buying these properties. So we kind of went over what makes each property that type of foreclosure. So and I don't want to recap that again. I know I've already talked about that. So, but I went over that earlier. And then also just wanted you guys to know that they're also listed and sold differently. All right. So all foreclosures, REO properties, all of those are sold differently. They're listed and sold differently because different entities own them. The sellers are different. All right. So hopefully that clears everything up. I'm not going to ramble on and on because I will do that. I'm a talker. So hopefully you've gotten something from this video. Click the link below to get the e-guide. It spells everything out for you guys. You can click somewhere below to get a HUD cheat sheet. Again, that is free. I just do that on a regular basis as being a HUD listing agent. And hopefully that helped you guys out. All right. Toodles.